Government has answered the call to subsidize the cost of the COVID-19 PCR test, which is a requirement for travel to and from the island. Health and Social Security Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele presented the Quarantine COVID-19 Amendment Regulation 2021 in the lower house on Tuesday to change the cost of the PCR test from $405 EC to $135. A negative PCR test result is a travel requirement for many countries. Minister Steele said government will subsidize the cost of the PCR test as it has been a financial burden to many desirous of traveling to Grenada.
Many have complained why the government is not subsidizing it. Why is the government charging what it actually costs? Why doesn't the government do like other governments and subsidize the cost of this PCR test? As such, we are now taking those necessary steps in this instance, Mr. Speaker. It comes at a significant cost. But again, it is in the balance, as best as possible, to find that balance between lives and livelihoods, that the cost sometimes affects livelihoods, that the cost sometimes results in individuals choosing not to come to Grenada, that the cost for those who must travel becomes very prohibitive and prevents them from doing other things, especially those who are traveling for medical reasons or coming back for bereavement. So we have found a way and means, and we are going to subsidize as best as possible. It comes at the expense of something else. But we truly do believe that at this point, there's a balance that we can maintain.
Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Honorable Clarice Modeste Kerwin said the high cost of PCR tests made Grenada uncompetitive as a destination of choice in the Caribbean. She said as a result, many opted to travel where the cost was not exorbitant.
In some instances, the cost, which was in excess of $400, made it prohibitive for some persons to come. It may appear insignificant for one individual, but when an individual is traveling with his or her family, that is when it became a significant issue. And so we in the first instance, we're looking at the Grenadian family that want to come back, come and visit. It did make it difficult for them because I had some complaints in that regard. And I'm happy that we could do that so that there's more possibility of access for persons wanting to come in. But also on the tourism side, which, whether we like it or not, contributes significantly to the economy of this country, it also made us uncompetitive. When we did an investigation to what the other islands, other countries were doing, we came out dismally uncompetitive in that regard.